Hello everybody, Ragtag Sagvy here. Welcome to the next episode. In the last episode, we snuck around and managed to reach this facility. Seems like a small base. Great, most of my fruits have gone rotten. Let's call the guys and see what they have to say.
Good, you've reached the relay station, but stay alert. That station is an enemy strongpoint. The security is bound to be tight.
But there's no other way to get to the crevice if I don't make it through.
Exactly. The crevice leading to the cave is in the north of that area. Find a way to slip past the enemy and head north.
The crevice leading to the cave is to the north of that base. Keep heading north.
Eva, where are you now?
I told you, didn't I? I'm right near the colonel.
Pretty weak answer if you ask me.
I suppose you're right.
Eva.
Snake, I'm under orders to cooperate with you, but that doesn't mean I have to tell you everything I know. I would assume the same applies to you, too.
So you're wearing the tree bark camouflage. Tree bark is a forest pattern created primarily for use by hunters. It'll give you an exceptionally low profile if you wear it when you're pressed up against a tree. The weapon you've got equipped now is a prototype model of the Mark 22, a suppressor-equipped pistol currently in development by the Navy. It's been modified to act as a tranquilizer gun. The Mark 22 is a heavily modified special ops version of the M39 pistol used as a sidearm by the SEALs. Probably the biggest change from the M39 is that it's got a longer barrel, which allows it to be equipped with a suppressor. And it uses a slide lock mechanism. That makes it a lot quieter, but it also means you have to load a new round into the chamber by hand every time you fire. It's also fitted with tall, adjustable sights, so you can use the front and rear sights to line up your shot, even with a suppressor attached.
Looks like they got rid of the magazine safety, too.
Good eye. That feature wasn't too popular with guys like you who know their guns. The shear release lever's been taken off as well, meaning the hammer won't fall even with the safety on.
So I can just cock and lock.
That, and you get the added bonus of not having any mechanical noise from decocking, even with the safety on. The perfect pistol for a sneaking mission, huh?
Yeah, so after I realized I forgot to turn my mic on before I talked to Sigurd about this gun. Sneak around, deal with the enemies. So if you could actually sneak up behind an enemy and hold them at gun...
Who's that?
Or have them somehow notice you altogether and not be able to do what I was about to do, you can actually hold enemies up. If you can sneak up to them at gunpoint. Now, another thing you can do to kill someone, you can actually kill them by using the electric fence. Just position their body so their body lands on the fence and they get electrocuted. Now I believe I forget if you have to equip the gun or... You get on this and then call Sigurd, and I believe he tells you what this gun is.
Those gun emplacements are DSHKs, a large caliber machine gun officially adopted by the Soviet Army in 1939. The name DSHK comes from the initials of the two creators, Degtyarev and Shpagin, plus the Russian word for large caliber. They saw a lot of action in World War II. The Russians use them as anti-aircraft and anti-armor guns for position defense, vehicle turrets, and infantry support. The combined weight of the gun and the emplacements is almost 350 pounds, so you can forget about picking one up and taking it with you. The gun is gas-powered and capable of spitting out 550 rounds a minute on a belt feed system, which is bad news for you when the enemy's using it. Hide behind something and lob a grenade at it, or attack it from outside the emplacement's firing angle. Either way, it's not a good idea to rush at it head on. Or you might try using a smoke grenade to put up a smoke screen that'll cover your approach. If you manage to get close to a gun emplacement, you can take it over by pressing the action button. The weapon button controls the trigger. Beware though, the ammo supply is limited. To move away from a gun emplacement, just press the action button again. Use it when you need the upper hand.
Yeah, you can use the enemy's turrets against them if you want to. Let's just take you out. Sneak up and that deals with you. Blow you up. I love that nobody's coming to check the explosion. They're in caution but won't check. So I believe you stand near this chopper and call on the radio.
Major,
What is it?
that attack chopper is parked on the heliport.
The one from before?
Yeah, the one that took away the Shagohod during the Virtuous mission.
Perhaps it's an armed variation of the Mi-8 hip.
No, some of it looks the same, but the overall shape is different. It's got stub wings and the cockpit canopy looks like an angular greenhouse.
No kidding. Then it must be some kind of new model. I've heard stories recently that the Soviets are developing a flying infantry combat vehicle. That's gotta be it.
A flying infantry combat vehicle?
Yeah, a transport chopper with troop-carrying capabilities. Think of it as an attack transport chopper version of France's AMX VCI or the Soviet BMP. They must be doing field tests on the initial prototype.
A next-generation chopper that's a little smaller than the hip. Maybe we should call it a Hind.
Not bad. It's cool with me.
Then it's settled. We'll refer to that new type helicopter as a Hind from now on. The Hind you see parked at the heliport must not be ready to fly. You don't need to worry about it taking off. If you're going to destroy it, now might be your chance.
So yeah, you can destroy it. I think if you talk more on the radio, they give you ideas on how to destroy it.
The Hind you see parked at the heliport must not be ready to fly. You don't need to worry about it taking off. If you're going to destroy it, now might be your chance.
So, you're wearing woodland face paint. The woodland paint is most effective in forest environments. It'll work best if you use it when infiltrating forest areas.
Okay. Actually, I forget, does Ada comment on the chopper?
Eva, there's an attack helicopter docked at the heliport.
Oh. It's an attack chopper currently being developed at Groznygrad. They're using it as a patrol craft while they conduct tests. Didn't I tell you?
No.
The helicopter docked there is probably in for maintenance right now, so you won't have to worry about it taking off. If you're thinking of destroying it, now's your chance.
Sounds like a plan, but how?
Huh?
There's no way I'm going to punch through that armor with an assault rifle. Isn't there a weapon somewhere that can do some real damage?
You'll just have to figure that out yourself.
Okay, so she does. So there is 2 ways to get this. This base has 2 means of getting rid of the chopper. If you can destroy this hide, then it will make a section later in the game easier. What camo do I have that would be good for indoors? Really? The olive? Okay. Right, it's better on building material, but let's very quickly go up here. Oh, uniform water. Now, something I didn't mention, that if you're hanging on a ledge and you pull in both triggers, you actually will do pull-ups. And you may be wondering, well, what's the significance of doing this? For starters, I think if you do this, you can go in the first-person view to get a look up before you lift up, although I don't know why you would want to do that. But if you actually do a certain number of pull-ups, you will actually increase your stamina. I think in first person, if you do this, you can also stand on your tippy toes to get a view if something is obscuring your view. Here we look like we have some kind of communication room. By the way, use your action button to go through doors. If you run through doors, you will slam them open, and that will alert enemies to your location. And will either make them go into the alert phase, or will make them come looking for you. Ooh, that reminds me. Let's take a look at that new camo we got. Water. Effective when underwater. Let's contact Sigint.
Tell me something, Sigint.
What's that?
What does Sigint mean, anyway?
It's short for Signal Intelligence.
Signal Intelligence?
The part of intelligence that deals with electronic information. Things like intercepting and analyzing electronic communications, determining enemy force strength and positioning from radar emissions and radio chatter. You get the idea. Code breaking is considered part of SIGINT as well. 40 years from now, we'll be in the age of electronic warfare. It won't be long before information replaces firepower as the most valuable commodity on the battlefield.
So you're saying they won't need guys like me anymore?
Sorry to break it to you, but that's not gonna happen. No matter how advanced our technology gets, there's still no substitute for human beings. Anyway, the Major is a man of foresight. He knew the electronic age was coming, and so he called out to me.
And you responded?
Well, I didn't have any place else to go.
You couldn't find a job?
Nope. None of the places where they do this kind of high-tech research would even let me in the door.
Why not? I know you've got social problems, but...
Come again?
Nothing. I mean, someone with your talent ought to be able to...
Yeah, well, maybe it has something to do with the fact that I'm black. The Major, though, he doesn't care about what color you are. I've never met anyone like him before. He's different, you know?
Oh, yeah, I know.
I don't think racism's gonna go away even in the 21st century. But I want to work with computers and use them to bring people closer together. In the digital world, it doesn't matter whether you're black or white, American or Russian or whatever. Everybody's going to be the same. That's what I think.
I wasn't expecting that conversation, but yeah, that is kind of true. Back then, racialism towards black people was somewhat strong. I believe it has died down a bit, but it's still a thing even to this day. Anyway, let's call him again and see if he talks about the camo.
Wearing the water pattern, are we? The water pattern was used a lot by the old German Defense Force. Even though it's called the water pattern, it wasn't designed specifically to blend in underwater. They only gave it that name because the pattern resembles the waves on the surface of a pool of water. But still, it really does look like it could be confused for liquid waves. It might conceal you underwater.
So yeah, so it's a camo that we're in water, it will be useful. Stun grenades. Let's change into a better camo. Now I think you can find C4 somewhere. Or not C4, C3.
Everything seems in order.
I think it's in that building over there. Huh? Oh, come on!
Speak. The machine gun with the action button? Speak. There are guys who know alert cancellation frequencies.
Let's just blow you up. Oh, that's a tranquilizer gun. I'm like, why didn't the barrels blow up? I grabbed the wrong gun. Okay, can't tell if he died from the explosion or from being electrocuted. It was one of those two things. I think that's the final guy there, because there was no caution phase. Let's have a quick look around in this trench. Hello, rat. Ooh, another camo. We got Snowface. Let's call Sigurd and see what he says.
You're wearing snow face paint. Snow face paint was designed for use in Arctic operations. It's most effective against snowy backgrounds.
So there's that. I don't think there's a lot of snowy backgrounds in this game. At least not that I remember. Wait, if you come in here, you'll find some mice traps, a ration. I think now that we picked that ration up, if you call paramedics, she'll comment on it.
I see you've captured a poison dart frog. The poison dart frog is native to the tropical rainforests of Central and South America. They normally grow between 2 and 5 centimeters in length, but for some reason the ones in that area seem to be much bigger than that. Poison dart frogs are known to carry a potent neurotoxin called pamiliotoxin. Long ago, people used the poison to coat their arrows for hunting. Watch out, because if you eat one, you'll get food poisoning. I see you've got yourself a ration. Rations are portable meals carried by Soviet soldiers.
I've heard some nasty stories about how they taste.
It looks like the rumors are true.
Great.
Hey, you should be grateful. Those things are designed to last. No matter how long you keep a ration, it'll never go bad. And they're surprisingly good for you, too.
I'd take a snake over this any day, even if it's a little rotten.
You are hopeless.
Snake does have a point. From what I hear, army rations are really bad, even nowadays. But they're supposed to have like all the best nutrition for you, and again, they're supposed to last for long-term operations. And I can't seem to go out the door. Now, in here, I believe this should be an armory. No, this looks like to be a radio station. Where's the armory? Because I know that path that way is where I need to go, and I think if I go down that way, that triggers a boss fight. This should be your armory. We get an AK-47, a Soviet assault rifle, grenades, TNT, stun, and bullets. Let's equip the AK and the TNT. We should change my face paint back to something else as well. Woodland. Now let's see what Sigurd has to comment on about the AK. That is not the radio button.
Got yourself an AK-47, huh? The AK-47 is the official assault rifle of the Soviet Army. The first model was completed in 1946, and in 49, it beat out all its competitors to become the standard assault rifle of the Soviet military. It uses 7.62 millimeter by 39 rounds developed in 1943, and a 30-round box magazine originally designed for a different assault rifle. You can aim it from the shoulder by equipping it in first-person view and holding down the aim button. It's sturdy and extremely reliable with high power and precision. There's no better assault rifle in the world.
There's that. Now let's see what he says about the TNT.
Looks like you've got some TNT. TNT is short for trinitrotoluene, a pale yellow crystalline compound made from a trinitrified mix of nitric acid and sulfuric acid. It's used throughout the world as a military explosive. It has a low sensitivity and is chemically stable, making it easy to handle. It's also got a low melting point and can easily be shaped by boiling or steaming it. But because the sensitivity is so low, you need a booster to actually get it to explode.
No problem. It came with its own remote control detonator.
Good. Then all you have to do is press the weapon button to place the TNT, and then press the CQC button to set it off. The map screen in the survival viewer will display the locations where you've planted TNT. Take warning though, the radio signal for the detonator is pretty weak. Don't forget that pressing the CQC button will only set off TNT that's planted in the same area.
So there's that. So TNT is somewhat situational, but it's useful here. As Sigurd mentioned, if we use the weapon button, we'll plant TNT, and then we use our QC button, we'll blow it up. So this is a good thing, because if you because there are certain things you can blow up. For example, if you blow up an armory, all troops in the area, to I believe a certain extent, will be affected. They will only have one clip of ammo for their primary weapon, and then once they run out of that ammo, they will be forced to switch to their sidearm. This makes it that way you have an advantage in engagements. So place it in here. This looks like a radio room. Just get as far away as possible. And nothing happened. Do I have to shoot it? Because I thought this is like a radio and you destroy it. I guess not. Oh, that's how... Is that how you reload? You just... Okay. Now let's go on to the next thing to blow up, which is food storage. If you find anywhere where food is being stored, plant your TNT on it. Run, rat, run! And with that, you can destroy any source of food. If you destroy any area that's storing food, this will affect the troops in the area. They will have nothing to eat, and so they will be easier to deal with. They are also more likely to eat any rotten or poisonous food that you throw out to them, because they are that hungry. Speaking of, let's try that ration. Did I not eat the rat? Now this helicopter, we can use the TNT, but I think it would be more fun if we use this gun. Take off the crock hat. Fire! For that we take out the helicopter. So now that the hide is destroyed, this will make an area in the game a lot more easier. You would not have to worry about it. Now, I am not going to go that way, because I believe that way will take me straight to a boss fight. So I'm going to leave the other way, so that way, when I save, it should hopefully remember everything I did. Because I don't trust this game after I saved and it forgot everything I did. Anyway, so let's save the game, see what Paramedic has to say, and I'll see you in the next episode.
Game, Snake?
Where we go fight a boss, because I believe the next area does take us to a boss fight. So if you enjoyed this episode, do like the video as it helps tremendously. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts on this episode, and share the video so more people can discover my content and help the channel grow. I'll see you all next time. Later.
Snake, have you ever seen For a Fistful of Dollars?
Nope, never.
It's a spaghetti western.
Spaghetti Western.
It's really cool, especially the main character's stylish gunplay.
Gunplay.
I saw it in England on the Major's recommendation, but it hasn't come out in the States yet. It's so cool. They'll bring it to America, I'm sure. You have to see it sometime.
Sure.